Good evening everyone, welcome to the rail station. On this fine Halloween evening, and a happy Halloween to everyone out there, except for War Owl because he sucks. So anyway, we are going to find out what's going on, and find out, as you can see, good turnout. No, don't ban me, monotone, spooky monotone, how dare you, sir. Mr. Potato Logic moving out. So I'm just going to turn those game sounds down a little bit, as it will get loud, as you can see. Moving out with the Virginia Cavalry. Yes, Chadman is OP. I am overpowered. Company Whore there, of course. The wonderful Company Whore. From 1st Virginia, Shanika. So, let's see if we can find out what the rest of the team is doing. And here you can see Sergeant Marissi from 2nd Connecticut. And these guys are moving out with the 32nd Massachusetts. Wonderful to see the fine fellows of Massachusetts return to the battlefield. And there he is with a sprig in his hat. Look at that. Doesn't he look wonderful? And shaved his beard as well, or trimmed his beard I should say. So you can see here the fine numbers of the 32nd Massachusetts spreading their number out. And here is Brigadier General Murch from the Iron Brigade. And I think Etherton might be drunk. He's been eating too much candy, he's now in a candy coma. So we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out for him. Brigadier General Tenford. Fantastic, good Brigadier here. Iverson Brigade, and you can see him. And let's see who that is. Down goes the first victim. Here we go. Here is Sergeant Major Shakal from the 41st Tennessee. And poor old recruit Sullivan is dead. So we'll look around. Here we go. Here's one of the last members of the New York State Militia. George McClellan. There's a name from history, ladies and gentlemen. A general that Lincoln had a lot of problems with, actually. I think because he wasn't as aggressive as Lincoln would have liked him to be. And I think he eventually got relieved of command. But never mind. And there is Sturog, carrying the flag and following his general. So, it looks like the New York State Militia are getting into a punch-up. Here we are, the Red-Legged Devils. And there is Sergeant Griffin with the bandages to keep his boys from bleeding to death. Always pleasure to see. Oh, perhaps not. Poor old Walter Smith. Walter Smith is no more, catching a bullet from Veterano Joan from the Tennessee Brigade. Now, let's see what's going on over here. As you can see, Major A. Redding of the New York State Militia getting the boys set up. Is this his quarry, we ask ourselves? Oh, there we go, PFCJ. And there is, of course, the young Mr. Middlefish from the 11th New York. And I don't know what it is about where I live. I live in Essex in the UK. And down goes Chief of Staff Etherton already. Fantastic. For not even 4 minutes, and he survived not more than 4 minutes. Which I have to say is quite impressive. But I don't know why. It's like the end of October, and for some reason we're setting off fireworks. So yeah, I love Essex. And they're so loud that I can actually hear them over the usual sound of gunshots that are in Essex, not necessarily in this game. There we go, a bit of medicing work being done by Sergeant John Doe. And now the thing is, they're told they had to be used sergeants rather than medics. And Monotone requiring a bandage. And Idiotus has been taken down. Now, who are these fine fellows over here? The bullets absolutely rattling around Staff Lieutenant Vanzer. And here, Lieutenant Colonel Lancelot from North Carolina getting set up with his boys, as you can see here. Juan. Joe. Yeah, okay, just call him Juan, it's easier. One for the road. And Daniel H. and Chris are taken down. Now, who are these guys over here? Colonel Zedis from the 8th Florida. And you can see them getting set up. There's Matthio. And at the end there is Recruit Leonardo. Don't they look wonderful? And Marissi is taken down. Now, this is what normally happens on this particular map, is it becomes a bit of a standoff. Usually between these buildings here. You can see the 2nd Rhode Islanders, like Jock and Smithy and Momchillo and Pannon Cockenbach, Infantry Sergeant of the Rhode Islanders. So these guys doing a good job of defending this building. Okay, less so for these guys, but never mind. We shall... Oh dear, Smithy has just been murdered horribly by Colour Sergeant Jeppen. Shot in the bonce. And William Lates has bled to death on the battlefield. Now, in here you can see Powder Cage from 2nd Connecticut. They are fighting back against the Rhode Islanders on the Confederate State Army side. And you can see, no, we've lost the company whore. The company whore, dear oh dear. We've lost the poor girl. As now the 11th New York, there's Recruit Lemonade and 20th Maine Lieutenant Matt. And oh my goodness, it's all kicking off. Let's see if we can find the battle that's going on, the melee between these forces. Now, let's see, it's going on over here. And here is Potato Logic from Virginia with that shortened cavalry rifle. And here is Private Lugara and more stabby goodness into the New York State Militia. Now, who's this poor soul up here? Last standing, Private John Hemington from the New York State Militia, going in for a little bit of stab. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, got hit once or twice. This is nasty. Let's see what's going on. Ouch! Down goes poor John. Murdered. And we move over to the barn, being defended by the likes of the very sweet Mr. Lemonade. And Irish Soldier, of course, from the 11th New York. Looking dashing as always. Now, and there is PFCJ. Peeking the corners. Looking for targets. And you can see there that the 32nd Massachusetts doing a good job. Let's see if we can hunt them down as the pops and cracks continue. Look at that. The 7th Mississippi. Oh, look at these fine fellows. And working together with the 16th Alabama. Neighbouring states, I believe. I could be wrong. And there, Colonel Talek. And recruit that random guy from the 32nd. Look at these guys. Oh, it's always great to see the 32nd Massachusetts. Oh dear, Puddle of Blood. What a fine name. Oh, now he's literally in a puddle of blood. Poor old Puddle is no more. Living up to his name. And you can see this other detachment of the 32nd Massachusetts working together. Trying to support their team. With George McClellan in the background. Now, who's this fella waiting? It is, of course, the mighty Swagnerson from the 2nd Connecticut. And down goes Perboying. Brutally bled out. Oh dear, we've lost the commanding officer's horse. Who was that? That was Cadet Kenny McCormack from Michigan. It looks like we've lost one of the cavalry members' horses. And that's going to be unfortunate. And now it looks like, here we go. It looks like we got Colonel Fran from North Carolina. Oh, brutally cut down by this sword-wielding Kenny McCormack. Or Kenny McCormick, I should say. Let's see. As you can see, oh, Captain Garrett with a nice kill onto 3 members of the 32nd Massachusetts. As I managed to pull out my headphones, so I can't actually hear myself. So, well, I can actually hear myself, and down goes Colonel Lance as well. And here is the other end of the 32nd Massachusetts. That must be the late... No, that's not Colonel Lance. Can't tell from that beard. Irish Soldier gets brutally murdered as well out there. And here... Oh, Squidge. There we go. A little bit of work from the sergeants and corporals to stop their boys from bleeding to death. This is all that's left of this detachment of the 32nd Massachusetts. As Jeppen gets murdered. And who's this? It's Brigadier General Temford with a pistol. Fired his 6 shots. And is now reloading. Look at that fine beard on Mr. Temford. They look fantastic. So let's see if we can get an idea what's going on as the Tennessee Brigade move out. As they come under fire. And Temford holding the line. Look at Temford here. Holding the line. Reloading as quickly as he can. And cheesing it under gunfire. Temford deciding to turn and fight. Can he get the reload in time? No, he has to pull out the saber. The saber comes out, but he was supported by his teammates. There's a nice kill there by Mouton into 4 members of the enemy team, as we shall watch the General Temford work together. And here he is, the Brigadier General himself, out with the sabre. Fine block there from Tenford. And he's got in for a nice slice. There we go. Brigadier General on Brigadier General action. Hot Brigadier action tonight on North and South, ladies and gentlemen. Tenford getting the better of his man. There we go. Whoops. Medicing work being done by the fine members of Mississippi. And Tenford can remount his horse and move on as these fine fellows make their way past the 7th Texan. Now, who's this fellow up the front? Lieutenant Colonel Ryan. And we shall just have to wait and see what happens now. Here is Pan Cockenbach. And veteran Private Joran. Major Hugo murdered. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Confederacy has won the round. And we shall move on to the next one. Hurrah! And we are in the next round. Still on the same map. The train station. So we'll fly towards the giant Iron Beast, which has been interrupted on its train tracks, brought to a halt by an overturned carriage. And we're hearing horns. We go in search of the horn. As indeed does everyone. So, let's see what they're actually going to be doing. What's going on with these fellows here? MIT 999 from the 32nd. Vive la tree! Edgy Ent. Speaking for all arboreal terrorists out there. And there's Lance and Major Hugo moving out with their relevant detachments. And the 32nd Massachusetts, always a force to be reckoned with. Look at these numbers. Fantastic. Look at this idiotus there. And Private Pelvic Thrust. What a name, sir. A fine name. And looks like the specs are being kicked. Oh dear. I could be off soon. So. Never mind, it's only Chad. Bye, Chad. Never mind. No, don't kick me, you buggers. Never mind. And Mayor Shakal. Sergeant Mayor Shakal. Oh, look at this, look! Oh, a charge in the middle, and this is good. Oh, there's the fire coming in. And it's the 32nd Massachusetts against the Tennessee Brigade. Look at this Veterano Kokovi, and this is going to be a brutal battle going on as other members of the 32nd Massachusetts dive into the barn on the left-hand side. Alexander Elliott following up with them. Reed Quirk gets taken down, so does Sam Heldon, and Guru Dennis as well. Name we haven't seen for a while. Always a pleasure to see the Guru and the Dennis. And now you can see cavalry getting involved. We're following Lance as he's defending himself from brutal attack from both cavalry. And sadly for Lance, was unsuccessful in that defence. He was overwhelmed by sheer weight of numbers as Kintroch takes a nice kill there. And you can see Recruit Soldier also being killed. Private Lude. Now, who's this man? It's Mango Matabo defending himself and blocking. Oh my goodness, there's tons after him, and there's a horse after him as well. There we go. It looks like he may have actually, yeah, he went for the guy on the horse, but the guy on the horse turns, slices him, and John Johnson gets back onto his horse with ultra speed. Fantastic stuff as the 7th Texan move in to defend that building. Over by the Iron Beast, Lord John Cena from the 16th Alabama. And Sergeant Krokave, or Krokov. Now who's this? There is Tenford. His fine, non-standard hat. Oh dear. There's slicing going down. As you can see here, recruit Hemdwindle and Evil Gronk. And Fire Fleece. And there's Texas Angel. And look at that fine fire coming in also from the New York State Militia. Oh, there's Colonel Talek. And Powder Gauge. Roman Bethelet. There, of course. Fine Mr. Paboing. PFC Paboing, no less. Ah, the spooky monotone. And there's Middlefish. Now, see if we can get an idea on what's going on. As there we go, fire coming in from the 18th Louisiana. And here's the staff. Oh dear! Staff Lieutenant Vans has lost his hoss. Oh dear, he's not going to be impressed. He's going to take cover behind the building. And Staff Lieutenant Orange. An Irish soldier's been intercepted by a cannonball. Oh dear. Now, here are the Rhode Islanders. Trying to defend themselves from this attack as Momchilo gets taken down. As here is the 20th Maine. And Sturog bled to death and killed by Barbaneth. Oh, the irony. Now, what's going on over here? McClellan. Looking around. Now, oh, look at this. There's Editon. Could he be AFK? This could be an opportunity for somebody. As we were looking at the 7th Texans, they are sniffing around this barn area. Looking inside here for the 11th New York. Recruit Gazelle. Making his way, bounding away like a relevant Gazelle as well. Shackelford gets taken down. There is Hammerstout taking down Marissi. And you can see here, these guys in a strong position. Oh, coming out of the air there. Look at that Middlefish. Going for an attempted kill onto Colonel Ryan, which he did get. And Thomas Morrow also. Ouch. Oh, brutal goings on in the barn. And we pop over to see the United States sharpshooters. Over here. Still working closely under the watchful eye of their commanding officer, Colonel Brutus. And here's Donny, in his own private battle with Sergeant Thor. And who's getting involved? There's Matisek from the 7th Texan. What's going on here? There's Donny defending himself with a flag. Look at that, fantastic stuff. Oh no! Poor old Patain gets stabbed in the bottom. And down goes Sergeant Thor, and Donny gets accidentally shot in the bottom. Which is kind of normal for Donny, really, but never mind. Oh dear. So, let's look at numbers. 26 and 31. What could be going on? The 20th Maine, holding this position. A relatively strong position for them. Along with 11th New York. Whoops, not so strong for him. Down goes Barbaneth, shot in the face by a cannonball. Sapper the Quick One, who has created a veritable defense. I love it. This is fantastic. And apparently Ebola killed Barbaneth. So look at that. A nice passage past the tree and into the safety of the protective tent. That is the work of Sapper the Quick One. Now these guys defending their artillery, the members of Maine. Major Bauscher also from Maine. An Alucard, a Hun, no less. So, they seem to be doing okay. Oh, look at this. There's Recruit Shifty and the United States sharpshooters, as always, in the heart of the battle. And being shot at from 2 directions. Kind of the norm, really, for them. But Colonel Brutus is keeping his boys together. Keeping them drilled, keeping them focused. You can see them all working together with the 8th Florida as a cannonball. Look at that. bounces between the two buildings. And look at that. Staff Lieutenant Orange is taken down. You can see here the bouncing path of the cannonball. So and here we go, it's time for an all charge.
Hurrah for Dixie! Hurrah for Dixie!
And we follow them. Now, who's this man at the front? It's Brutus leading the way. Here we go. We're waiting for these guys to all get into position and to begin the melee. It will signal the end of the round. And they're making their way towards the train tracks in the middle. Whoops-a-daisy! Potato Logic killing Hammer Stout, who then bled to death almost immediately. Damn those potatoes! Oh dear. Rip potatoes. You got well and truly sliced. Never mind. Callisto, whoops. Sorry, my finger slipped. But there is some stabbing going on. Here we go. This is where it's all happening. As down goes George McClellan. And here's Colonel Fran from North Carolina. Fine slice, sir, into Staff Lieutenant George Crook. And Donny also being killed by Editon. Oh, the shame. Must be this one here then. No, it's not. Where is the Editon? Is he dead? Is he alive? Must be doing something. There's Matty Sek up against Major Boucher from the artillery. And Recruit Tachibana. Colonel Brutus is finished off by an engineer, the quick one. Look at this. Fine melee work going on between the two guys here. And more melee continuing. With reinforcements arriving. Lance Corporal Chit. Look at that. Oh, the quick one gets murdered. And also Matty Sek as well. And Donny got 3 kills. Yes, we are proud. Considering it's 3 more than you normally get. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, the Confederacy win the round. And we move on to the next one after a map change. And after a blisteringly quick map change, we are back. And look at the spawn. And here, of course, the Intrepid balloon. And we are looking, no doubt, at the New York State Militia. Who else but these fine fellows, the red-legged devils themselves. Look at that. Don't they look fantastic? It's Sergeant W. Griffin. Now, over here, we have moving out the 11th New York. There's Middlefish, and tail end Charlies are Morrow and Recruit Gazelle. There's Major Shakal of the Tennessee Brigade, with his boys moving out, supported by Colonel Ryan and 7th Texan. And we move over to Little Stony Bridge. And here, PFC leading the boys forward. There's Girk. Question is, how long will they last going across this bridge? This is going to be a dangerous move for the Rhode Islanders. Will they survive intact? It's a very aggressive move by the Rhode Islanders as they make their way across the Little Stony Bridge. But we shall have to see. As out comes... There we go, look at this. Trying to avoid those bullets. Oh, down goes Girk! Arctic shooting him, and Jeppon as well. Oh, an attempt there by the Rhode Islanders to get up close and personal. Unfortunately for them, out there with a lack of cover spelt doom. for the Rhode Islanders, as you can see. Now, John Johnson. And here's Barbeneth with the other Rhode Islanders. And Sergeant Tony. Now let's see what's going on over here. As here's Potato Logic from Virginia. And who's this out here? Chasing down a horse maybe? Dodging the bullets. Over here, Company Horse Shaniqua. Getting these guys, or trying to get these guys at long distances. The bullets crack past us. And look at that, cannonballs come bouncing over. The mortar shells and howitzer shells landing nearby. And here are the members of the 32nd Massachusetts. Down goes Infantry Sergeant Hannah Krakenbowl. He is no more. And here's Sergeant Arctic, bleeding to death as you can see now, being dealt with by his sergeant. The bandage has been applied. Survival can continue, but unfortunately it looks like the commanding officer, Staff Etherton, has lost his, or one of the staff members there, Etherton, has lost his horse. So he'll probably stick with the 32nd Massachusetts as we move over to one side. Find out what's going on here. The 1st Virginia, Colonel Crash. And Guru Dennis murdered by a fine headshot from Hammerstout, and cannon coming into the 16th Alabama. Now this is going to be a moment where, if you can see here, the 32nd Massachusetts is splitting its forces, trying to dodge and charging towards the enemy. Across the field, trying to dodge those bullets. Look at that dodging, that's fantastic dodging. It's time to run, gentlemen. It's time to run. Down goes Arctic. Colonel Crash murdering him. Recruit Soldier also suffering the same fate. Down goes Colonel Crash, killed by Kiss Abiel. And poor old Relic Romko doesn't seem to like cannonballs anymore. To be honest, did anyone except cannoneers like cannonballs? So, the 32nd Massachusetts, including Puddle of Blood, chasing down their quarry. From the Rhode Islanders, there's Momchilo pausing to fix a bayonet. And Sergeant Tony continuing to cheese it in the opposite direction. Being chased. Down goes Puddle of Blood, killed by Tony. And who's this man? It's Momchilo going in for the kill with the bayonet. Stand. Momchilo standing here to kill, hold up the team as best he can. Oh, Nelly, Daniel H with a fine kill onto the Alabama. As Rhode Islanders doing a good job of holding up the 32nd Massachusetts. And Momchilo doing a good job here of blocking those attacks. And dealing with multiple members. Now, who's this over here? It's Sergeant Tony. He's going to bandage him to death. No, he's got his bottle out. And Momchilo continuing to do a fantastic job. No, but finally murdered by Pain Mace. And they're doing their best to hold up. There we go. Oh, and finally a kill onto Tony. So, the rest of the 32nd Massachusetts have moved out. Here we see Tenford and the New York State Militia. And there, First Lieutenant Kalinski. And the United States Sharpshooters continuing to defend their position. As poor old Charlin Furtiven is taken down. And the balloon is up. The balloon has gone up, ladies and gentlemen. As Sergeant Harris intercepts a cannonball with his face. And Staff Lieutenant George Crook sadly bleeds out. Oh, Mouton! Heavens above! There's nobody in there. That's disappointing. And so Mouton is doing a good job with 6 kills, 0 deaths right now. Let's see if we can find... Look at that line of bayonets. Ouch. That's a nasty line of pointy badness. That's going to put a bad moment for you. Disquizzed. And Lord John Cena.
Kill those Yankee scum.
And behind them. Let's see if we can find out where that melee is occurring. Here it is. Oh my goodness, it's the New York State Militia fighting with the 51st. And it looks like the New York State Militia may have won the day. Charles de Gaulle doing a fantastic job against the New York State Militia. Takes 1 stab, takes 2 stabs. Until Major Redding finishes him off. And now the New York State Militia can regroup after losing numbers. And then we can see, oh, Daniel H. with a kill into multiple members of the 7th Texan. Here, the 32nd Massachusetts awaiting the movement. And you can see cannoneers being attacked. And there we go, down. Go the members of the Confederate State Army. Or the Army of the Confederate States of America. So, Sergeant Major Bart Doyle from Michigan. The Michigan Cavalry. And Major Splitter with a nice kill onto the United States Sharpshooters. 2 recruits for the price of 1 shot. Fantastic stuff. The 7th Texan. There's Lieutenant Colonel Ryan. Gotta be careful. The Staff Captain Thorvik makes his way past. Oh, pretty flowers. Lieutenant Colonel Ryan. Now, here we go. Look at this. God, I've missed the 32nd Massachusetts. So wonderfully well drilled. Patient, waiting for the off. And here we go. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Who's leading them? It's Major Hugo. Following in behind very closely. With Corporal, and they say Captain, Alexander Elliott, and across. Oh! Captain Garrett! Oh, heavens above, what a shot! That was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. And now they make their way across Little Stony Bridge. The 32nd Massachusetts moving up closer. Holding the flag, it's Sturog. And Colonel Brutus has been taken down. Out there on the battlefield. He has fallen. Now, who is this gentleman who's lagging? It's George. It's Mr. McClellan. Now, let's see. Sturog moving up with the flag. Old Glory moving forward. And the 32nd Massachusetts getting ready as the United States Sharpshooters and the New York State Militia tangle. Good God. How is this man still alive? He's the only man left from the Rhode Islanders. And look at that. Captain Garrett with another kill. Onto the 32nd Massachusetts. Look at that. Fantastic shooting from Captain Garrett. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Kanade Takibana is in the North and South Battle Bush. The Developer Battle Bush, ladies and gentlemen. The fine Battle Bush that Hinkle and Nitek have made so famous. Not that it did them much good in hiding them away from bullets, as they always seem to catch them. But these are details that we will gloss over for the time being. Now, there's Payne Mace. What is going on here? Terence McCusker Down he goes, including horse. And they've really blocked themselves in here, haven't they? Look at this. Jacob Kidd trying to reload his short rifle. And Barbaneth and Momchilo still surviving. And there we go. 32nd Massachusetts, while trimmed in numbers, still remain. Uh-oh. They're charging into battle. Here he is. It's Barbaneth. Oh my goodness. Barbaneth is about to get absolutely butchered. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And then we move on to the next round. How Barbaneth made it to the end of a round, I've no idea. And as you can imagine, the universe is not prepared for such a paradox and will be destroyed shortly. So, flying through the cornfields and the crops, we move on to the next round. What's going on over here? Well, there's Staff Lieutenant Vanzer, and also checking is Staff Captain Thorvik. Now here is Major General William from the Confederate Division, moving out from the Confederate camp. Cannon, artillery, whoops-a-daisy, slight issue, they're going to do a reset. So we'll wait over here. Well, the Confederate States of America Army camp. The boys getting set up. The 8th Florida, Colonel Zadiz, now moving out. And there's Momchilo from Rhode Island. A Mouton. Thought he was Colonel Mouton. Artillery Corporal Compton. And Captain Garrett. Bit of destruction going on around in the camp here. Rhode Islanders left to their own devices, always a dangerous thing. Now, there is a gentleman, whoops-a-daisy, in the observation balloon. Who could it be? It's Colonel Talek from Mississippi, using those binoculars and the additional distance, and now being brought down in the balloon. Smart move there by the Mississippi Brigade. Down he comes and jumps out. Look at that. Quick gaining of some important intelligence by Colonel Talek. And now, oh look at this, engineering works being done by Simon Shackelford. Aggressive digging as always, aggressive engineering. And a little bit of moral support by Private Mouton. Look at that, the earthworks going up to protect the cannoneers. And oh my goodness, Pepsi Wonder with a kill onto Shanika. Poor Shanika. Dead already with less than 2.5 minutes. Now, looks like 32nd Massachusetts. Oh dear, Bellyfort's just killed Smithy. And here you can see the fine shiny cannon being loaded. Look at that gleam on that cannon, isn't that beautiful? Ow! Quite the report from that cannon. Serious firepower, hurling that projectile towards the enemy. And as you can hear, a fun round. Which means I shall get involved and probably die horribly. Now let's see. What's going on over here? The 2nd Rhode Islanders are moving up. There's Colonel Barbaneth. And Charles de Gaulle has been taken down by Splitter. And look at this. 32nd Massachusetts shooting back at their enemy. Erwin Rommel taking down Talek now. This could be an opportunity for the Rhode Islanders, maybe, to sneak up. It is. They're sneaking up onto the 32nd Massachusetts. Stony taking a bullet. Now could be his opportunity, but he's bleeding. He's bleeding and he's stabbed in the bottom. Yeah, normal Saturday night for Donny. Cornwall Pain Mace. And Major Hugo goes down. Guru Dennis pulling back from the wooded area. Getting the boys to regroup. As we wait to see what happens next. The 41st Tennessee moving across the open fields. Sergeant Major Shakal now shooting at the 32nd Massachusetts. Wolfers taking a shot, and Sergeant Major Shakal finishing him off. Brutal goings on there. Look at this. The melee continues. A nice slice and a kill. Private Idiotus is down. And down goes John Doe. Corporal Rusty from the 32nd defending himself as best he can. As pelvic thrust is no more. Bullets coming in from the staff. Staff Etherton. Who is this young buxom lady? North and South Canade Chadtopia. No idea. If ever there was a skin that looked out of place. Oh dear. Etherton shot down by Vanzer. Oh dear, poor old Etherton. So the staff didn't have a lot of success there, sadly for them. Never mind. Apparently they were all the staff were reloading and then they got shot off their horses. Never mind. Colonel Jameson killed with a fine headshot, and here is the Michigan cavalry making their way over the Big Stony Bridge. Over to the other side. Spreading out along the distance. And this, up here, will be their quarry. I'm hearing some drumming. Oh, PFCJ from Maine. Fine drumming work from PFCJ.
You want to fight? Try me.
There we go. Spooky monotone. And down goes Brigadier General Murch. Look at this. Vanishing Dolphin. What a fine name. Erwin Rommel and the Dragon 277 murdered by Boucher with the cannonball.
Now you die.
Monotone. So we watch through Jay's fine drumming work. Look at that. Fine drumming work we always like to see. Look at that. Back and forth. Along the lines. With regimented precision. You've got to be careful standing there. It could turn out to be bad. There's Alucard from Maine. It's killed. So, this is all that remains of the New York State Militia. Still, as always, a force to be reckoned with. But supported ably by First Lieutenant John Stiles. It's cannon come shooting into Ilinsky or Kilinsky. And here we go. Look at this. Those shortened rifles ready for the cavalrymen to deploy. 2nd Connecticut's Mr. Edgy Ent. The edgiest of Ents. He's crazy, he's on the edge. And here, the 16th Alabama. Lyons the Slav, standing up, could turn out to be bad for him. Shooting. Look at these guys from the 1st United States Sharpshooters. And the Texans. Look at these guys, don't they look fantastic? Defending from behind this very sturdy stone wall as Garrett. Oh wow, Garrett has been absolutely having a turkey shoot with the New York State Militia today. The poor NYSM really suffering from the artillery goodness of Captain Garrett. Let's see what happens.
Long live the Union.
As here is the NYSM. George Crook following the boys. This, I guess, would be the Michigan Cavalry. Of course it is. Down goes Simon Shackelford, the engineer of choice, and the defensive position of the artilleryman, Private Mouton. And here is the tent. The defensive tent itself. Oh, down goes the horse that Bart Doyle was on. He's going to look to get in there with a bit of pistol. Now it's time to reload. Look at that, wow. Oh dear, he can't get in. Poor old Private Mouton is not going to be able to make it in. They've already put up those defenses. Oh my goodness, what was that? Colonel Mouton bled to death. And so did Private McCabe. Dear oh dear. Uh-oh. This could be nasty. Oh, there's a man inside the tent. This could be brutal. This could be very nasty. Down goes the Slav. Shot down by Bart Doyle with his pistol. And even the drummers are getting involved. Look at this. They're demolishing the barricades with those swords and bayonets to try and get in there. And the tent's down. Oh no! Let's end with a bang. Oh, glorious. Absolutely glorious. Beautiful. That's a way to end a defense. Oh, just beautiful. So, 21 members of the Confederacy remain. Sturog, who is mysteriously still alive. And over here, Skinrender from the 32nd Massachusetts. Now, oh, look at this. Defensive positions behind a stone wall. It is. Oh, look at that! Oh, glorious. Glorious shooting from the United States Sharpshooters. A force to be reckoned with, as always, these days. Look at that. And the waiting. Oh, down goes the horse! Down goes the horse of Pepsi Wonder. And now, oh dear! Down goes Fireflies. Colonel Brutus also murdered. And this is the final defense of the United States sharpshooters. There's Nora Huerta. Down goes Nora. And John Hemington. Look at this. 2 members of the Confederate States remain alive. So, let's see. Never mind, the last man. It was Barbeneth again. Let's go. Fun. Hey, it's Brutus. Let's see what other numbers we've got here. Oh, that's my favourite piece of music.
Kill those Yankee scum!
What a beautiful piece of music.
Send them Yankees back to hell!
Stop trying to punch me.
Kill those Yankee scum!
Right, let's get underway. We've got some preaching to do.
Hurrah for Dixie!
That's my favourite piece of music. I love that piece of music on this game. Beautiful, beautiful. I can't remember what it's called as well. I'm sure somebody in chat or in comments will tell me. Almost sounds like something out of Titanic, to be honest. So, let's see. So we're making our way over there, as you can see.
Kill those Yankee scum!
Oh, Kavoth is my bodyguard. Excellent. Good to know. Hup. Over.
Send them Yankees back to hell!
Oh, God. They've seen me. There's William. I'm going to go on the bridge, I think. Oh, God, there I am. No, not that one.
Send them Yankees back
Shout out to all the 11th New York.
for Dixie! Kill those Yankees!
Oh, don't you dare, Tenford. You bugger. I don't want bagpipes.
Hurrah for Dixie!
Come on, where is it?
Fire in my ball.
Oh, stop punching me. Let's bless
May
these
our
guys.
Lord Jesus Christ absolve you. Ego te absolvo e peccatis tuis in nomine Patris et Filii
Kill those
et
Yankee
Spiritus
scum.
Sancti. Amen.
Right, there we go. Those guys are blessed. Let's do these guys.
I absolve you from your sins in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
There we go. They're all done. Time to bless these buggers.
May our Lord Jesus Christ absolve you. Ego te salvo et exodus in nomine Patris.
Stop doing that, I'm blessing people. Oh, Jesus Christ!
May the war of right be successful and victorious. Amen.
Well, precisely. Guys, don't forget, War of Rights is still open.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Come on, where is it? The Kickstarter for War of Rights is still active, so please give generously. Because I really want to play that game, and I really want to cast it for these wonderful guys. No, don't stab the preacher. Don't throw... Oh, yeah, oh, you buggers. Killed by Arctic. Oh, the shame of it all. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's North and South, and we'll see you again for more next week. Take care, everyone.